going to do a really nice field of flowers. Now make them look distant. See, isn't that pretty? Next thing I'm going to do is show you the brushes. And the brushes I have here is a bristle brush. So you also need, or it'd be nice to have, a nice fan brush, a flat chiseled edge brush, have a liner brush, and we also have a filbert brush for your flowers. It's only a small filbert. Like I said, as for the paints, we will need our primary colors. Always have your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and then you're set. And if you want to have a brown there, we can make our own green, or you can even put sap green there if you want. And I have some white and some cad yellow, cad red, and a brighter yellow. So I have a couple of different color yellows. You can have your main colors, and you can also have some light and dark reds or blues. You know, as long as they're primary colors, that's the main thing for you too. I'm going to take my bristle brush, and I'm going to get my blue sky on first. Okay, so my blue sky will be blue. Now you could use ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, whatever color blue sky you want. I'm going to go fairly light. See, I just mixed a bit of blue, white, simple as pie, filled up my brush. See? And we'll just go across the top here, okay? See? Simple. You've seen me do this before. Good. Let's just do parts of your painting, because the acrylics dry really fast. So you have to keep it wet at all times, or you can use some blending gel to extend the drying time, but I can't use it because it'll make a glare and it won't dry fast enough for me to get rid of the glare for you, okay? So I need to do it this way, but you can certainly use blending gel. All right, so that's the blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that off of there. So I'm going to swish that in my, you can hear that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up, now while this is still wet, so if you do small sections, you will be able to, small sections you'll be able to blend better, okay? So we got a nice pinkish color. Pinky, pinky. So I got some pink going on here. I might add a tiny bit of that blue to tone it down a little bit. So let me see. All right, so I'm going to put that on there. I'm even going to go right into the blue so it'll all blend nicely together. Good. We'll add a little bit more white. So keep adjusting your paints, okay? Just adjust everything as you go along so that you'll get it the way you want it. There we go. Good. That's a nice. Now I'm going to clean off my brush really, really, really good. Take all paint off and just have my brush damp. And I'm going to blend those two lines together right here. You see? Orange color, which is going to be yellow, a little bit of red. Oh, the red is very strong. See how that just takes that yellow and there it is. There it is. All right, let's try this. Oh, nice and bright. I'm going to add a bit of white to that so it'll, okay. So you have to make adjustments and you have to decide, make decisions and as you're going along. Now that pink is probably have to dry on me a little bit because I was talking. See how nice that is though? I'm adding more white instead of yellow and red. All right. Don't give out on me now, voice. Look how pretty that is. Now I'm going to blend that top part there again for you. I'm going to clean my brush really good. Really, really good. Get all the paint off as much as you can. And I'm banging the bottom of my glass jar to get all the paint off. See? And then I'm going to go back and forth over here because I really want that all to blend nicely together. And this is where your blending gel comes in, because then you wouldn't have this problem of it drying on you and then you're covering up everything that's underneath it. So I'm just going to bring my wet brush up here and I'm picking up some yellows and some reds. See, and I'm just going over those two lines so there's no line there anymore. Just scrub at it if you have to and go back and forth, okay? I find if you do short strokes like this, you're just going to get all kinds of little strokes in your paintings. But when you back and forth, long strokes like this, see how I'm picking up some of the yellow because that's dry up there a little bit, but that's okay. Skies have all kinds of colors in them. Good. There we go. So yeah, long strokes makes it nice and blended. And like I say, it looks pretty blended here, but there it looks, I don't know if that'll help. See the glare? So when that dries, I'll be able to show it to you better then, okay? Good, we got some of that done. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add a few little clouds, just some very easy clouds. So what I'm going to do is I'll take that bristle brush again. I love bristle brushes because they're easy to work with. So I'm just going to put some of that pink color on my brush. You can use either the pink or the orange. I'm going to use the pink and I'm going to pick up some white. Pick up some white. Always have a little bit of color into your clouds just so they won't look so white and chalky. So I don't have much of a cloud here. I'm just going to make streaks of clouds. Just see that? Just touch and pull over. Just touch and tap, pull over. See? Just simple little white cloud floating in the background. See that? Just a simple, nothing, no big puffy clouds. No need to put big puffy clouds in all your paintings. Just a nice soft little line of clouds. See? That's all. You don't always have to have big fluffy clouds. You can make them a little fluffy if you just want to tap on that line that you made. But you don't want, hopefully that will dry soon, you won't get a glare. So that's all, just put a little bit of, and if you want to, like I said, if you want to fluff up a couple, let's pick one right here. You already made that line, so you just tap on a little bit of white on the top and you'll get a nice fluffy little cloud. Because it's, like I say, it's wet, so that's why you get a bit of a glare. You just tap it on, and whatever's left over on your brush, you can just tap away. A few little fluffy clouds, but we don't really need them. We just need some little clouds in the sky. There we go. We get that much done. Now, hopefully you like that so far. So next are some hills. So we'll make some distant hills. Because I said in my video I was going to show you how to make distant hills and how to make your painting look like it has distant flowers and hills and different things like that. So I need some inspiration. Hi.
Let's put a few little highlights in there just to make your little rascals just sparkle in the sun.
Thank you. That's my inspiration. Yeah. I have a link to that in my Amazon shop if you want to get one. That's a cute little, I got to say, it's very inspiring for me. I love it. And that's so cool. I love it. Oh my. So yes, it's so cute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and have a happy accident. All right, so I'm going to take for my distant hills, I'm going to take some blue and some white, maybe a little bit of red added in there, just as long as it's a brighter color. So you can use some of the colors you have on your palette already. See, so I'll just mix in with it. Now we have to decide what kind of hills we're going to have. Now you can draw it out with chalk first if you prefer. I'm going to take a chance and make some, let's see, maybe just pull over here, down, just give it a hill right here, and maybe up here and down, and I'll get some more paint so you can see it. So you can see what I'm doing. All right, so here we go, down, and there's going to be a bigger hill here in the front, and then I'm going to do a little hill over here in the back. So we'll just do that. So I'll just come down here. So I'm going to fill that in with paint. Just get that much started. You can hear me. Here we go. So let's just fill that in. I got a little bit of red going in with that, just give it a kind of a purplish look. That was the leftover. Okay, it was leftover. I didn't go look for anything. And I'm just going to fill that in here. For distant hills are usually, now my paint is still wet. If you want to, you probably would rather have that dry when you're doing these hills, because you're going to pick it up, the yellow, and it's going to turn a little green. But for the sake of the live video, I'm just going to continue on. Okay, good. Get that done. And then I'm going to do another one here. And I'm just going in with the shape of the hills. Don't have to be too fancy yet. Oh, my voice. Stop. Stop. Okay, so yeah, I started off my paintings watching Bob Ross, and I didn't paint before. I was always into drawing, and I was watching one time back in, goodness, in the 90s. I was watching a Bob Ross video on, I think it was PBS, and I seen him painting, and I said, oh my goodness, that looks so easy. I could probably do that. And then I just tried it, and it was a struggle, but I loved it, and I just kept doing it. So he was my inspiration. So we got some nice background hills. There we go. So like I say, to make them look distant, make sure they're nice and light. Light blue, light purple, any light color. And then the big one in the front then will be darker than those, okay? So that's that. Some distant hills, just make sure they are light. Good. Now, yeah, and everybody watched him, I must say. I must get these out of the way for you so they won't make too much noise. All right, so now we are going to start. Let's see, make sure you can see that okay. We will start the big old hill there in the front. So I'm just using my chiseled edge brush, and I'm going to darken that up. So I'm going to take some blue paint, my ultramarine blue. Let's see if I can get you to see that better. Ultramarine blue. And let's see, maybe I'll add a little bit of burnt umber to it to gray it up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of red. It's a nice dark color. There you are. There you are. Let's see, I hope that's not too dark. But we can always lighten up. This can be our background color. So let's see if we can find, let's see. Like I say, use chalk or something to help you. That way you can wipe it out if it doesn't work out for you. So I'm just going to come down this way. I'm going to come over a little bit. Then I'm going to bring this down here. I'm left-handed, so kind of might look a little strange to you. I don't know for sure. And I'm going to come over here and just come up, make a few bumps, and over. So that's the beginning. You can always change it if you want. You can also make your squiggly line. I taught you in one of my videos to make a squiggly line, and that will help you stay, hard to make it with the paint. It'll help you stay on either side of the mountain, okay? So let's just get this painted in here. So now see that line helps you stay on one side. And we will paint over here. See how the tape, like I always tape it off so I can work on one section at a time. That way, because we're using acrylics and they dry so fast, if you start using the whole canvas and trying to paint things all over the place, then you won't be able to blend because it'll all be dried up on you by the time you get to that spot. So it's great. So having a little squiggly line will help you stay on that side, see? And then we will get that on there. Good. If your paint gets too dry, just dampen your brush, and that will help it move better. Like I say, or blending gel, or glazing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy, you're going to see a lot of mistakes here today. That's fun. That's okay. That's okay. I need some inspiration again.
That's why steel brush. That's the part of this whole technique. Change your objects. And just make the devil out of it.
Let's beat the devil out of it. Okay, so we'll get that there. A bit messy up here, so we'll have to fix it up a little bit. So if you have problems with your painting drying too fast, you can also use a little spray bottle and spray. Mist, we'll mist it. Good. Now, let's go up here. See how that's easier now to fix? Good. Good. So I'm just turning my brush different ways, like I'm using my brush on the chiseled edge. You can either go this way or you can turn it and make it more sharp. And then you can come on down and over. Okay, we have a hill. Yay! Okay there. Now you can also see how nice and distant those hills are in the background though? Nice and far away, so you can't see them very good. But you can also shape them up a little bit if you want to, so that you can see that there are hills back there, but you don't have to do very much. You can just take a little bit of your blue paint and make it look like there's a little bit of a hill here. Just give it some shape. Just take the hump and move forward. So you got to figure out where the light's coming from. So I'm thinking light's coming from the right. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tap, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, just to give it a little bit of shape. There we go, just a little bit of shape. All right, down. That way you're going to shape up here so it looks like hills in the background, okay? And you can add a little bit of white to that just to lighten it up on this side, because this is where the sun is coming in. This is where we're going to say the sun is coming in. There we go. And see now how you can see them better now that we put a little bit. See, this is layering. So you're layering over your paint again with other colors. That helps. And you can put your squiggly line there if you want, if you need it. Yep. And that's sort of, see, that gives a better shape. So all I'm going to do is take my bristle brush. All right, I'm going to take my bristle brush. Now I don't have any green on my canvas, on my palette, so I'm going to make my own. But you can use sap green. So let's make some green. I like doing this because it can help you learn how to color mix. And some yellow. I've got a really nice dark green. See how pretty that is? That is so pretty. I love it when I put those two colors together. Now that's sort of like a sap green, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it on, because I tell you why. I could spray it, I could actually just go back and forth like this, but I find when I do this, it gives me texture. Textures, see? It looks like grass. And this bristle brush is amazing for that. So just tap away until you fill up the whole bottom. Now because this is live, I can't skip over it and, you know, try to get past it fast for you, because I don't want you to get bored. You can go get a cup of coffee while you're waiting. Or you can just keep watching. Okay, so I'm just going to dip into some more green. And tap, 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 tap. Messy, messy, noisy, noisy. So I like to go and do the top part first. So that, don't go all over the place, like jump, jump here, jump, jump there, jump, jump. Don't do that. Get one section done first, okay? Get one section done first, like up here, right? I'm working on this area up here, right? See? So that way it'll all come together really nicely. So as you're tapping here, tap, tap, just away from it, but don't go over here and over here and over here, because then you're going to get, it won't look right. And plus some of it will dry, and then you'll end up tapping over what you already did, and it won't look that great. So you can see, and you can see I might even go over this a little bit more just to keep it nice and thick. All right, so now I'm going to keep coming down. So what you can do next is, if you want it to blend nicely, is see if I can get as many tips in here as I can, okay? You can start down here, there's a little space there, and then you can start working your way up into. Now this is a great technique if you've got different colors going on. Okay, see that? Come right over if you want, and then fill in that space. Good. That's a noisy little easel, isn't it? Okay. Now, it's coming along, and you can see little bits of darker shades than others. Oh, I did those distant trees. So you can see some are back there already just by when I did the grass. I just went up a little bit with, see, and it looks like distant trees. See that? So you can do that, and you can also, I'll show you another little way that might help. I'm going to go with my chiseled edge brush. I might get a smaller one because I think that one might be too big. So I'll try different sizes. So I'll try this one just to see what happens. And I'm going to go into my dark green. Just going to wipe that there like that. And I'm just going to tap on a little bit of dark green, and then I'm going to pull up some of these trees. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Tap, tap, tap on some green. Pull up, pull up, pull up. And that gives you nice little background trees. Oopsie daisies. So we'll go back in here. I don't know if I could zoom in. I'll have to do it this way. All right, so I'll go this way, and I'll tap on some of these distant trees, and then I'll pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up some background trees. Okay. Tap on, tap off. All right, so we'll tap on, we'll tap up, tap on, tap up. You can even turn your brush to the chiseled edge. Tap on, pull up some trees. You can turn your brush to get the different trees. So you can do it this way, or you can do it this way, okay? So tap on this way. This is the horizontal. Flip it vertical and pull up some trees. There we go. Tap on. Let's see. I don't want my hand to get in the way either. So tap on and pull up. See, that gives you like distant trees. They're way, way back there. They're tiny. That's what makes them look distant, right? So let's see if I can get a nice shot there for you. Touch, 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 tap, tap, tap. And then see, we almost got little trees there already. So all you need to do is pull up a few little, make them look like different sizes. Okay. So you got all kinds of trees going on. Now you can do it this way. Tap on your paint and then pull up like that. So hopefully that's a little tip for you. Marvelous. Flowers first, right? So you want to make them look distant. So in order to make them look distant, we are just going to see, because the flowers are so big in the front, it makes everything else get pushed back. So I have some blues in there and some yellows and some pinks, because there might be all kinds of different colors there, right? So let's try picking up let's pick up a bit of blue first. Now I don't know if that's completely dry, but we'll work with it. So I'm going to get some blue paint and I'm going to add some white to it with my fan brush. And I'm just going to tap on, with my fan brush, just tap on some blues. Just see those little taps of blue, see? My fan brush will do all the work for me. I don't have to do anything, just tap. And I'm not tapping close together. I'm separating them so that the flowers look like they're all over the place, okay? Because we have to leave room for other colors, all right? Just tap, 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 tap. I have my brush like this, horizontal, and I was tapping the very top of the brush, and make sure you got enough paint on there to show through. I'll put some here, wherever you want them, just all over the place. You don't even have to be fussy, as long as they're there. Good. Good. So we can always add more after, depending on how we do our big flowers. We add them in after. Some yellow flowers. Yellow. Maybe yellow flowers. Let's see. I don't want to add a little bit of white to that yellow, let's try that. Right? Let's try it. See what happens. You have to whisper in order for it to work. Whisper. Work, 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 work. I might put some orangey ones in there too. See how it's the spaces that you left open now you're filling up a little bit. And that one I pushed my hand too hard, so try to be gentle. Be gentle. And put lots of paint on your brush so that you don't have to push too hard, okay? So just be gentle and let your fan brush do all the work for you, okay? There we go. See, I keep pushing, my hand just jumps on me sometimes. I guess is where I'm standing, I'm not sure, but sometimes my hand will just push it right in. See, it knows I'm doing live, so it's okay. Silly. I'm silly. So anyway, as you can see, look, it's starting to come together. You still see all the greens underneath, right? Still see all the greens underneath, and these are all distant, in the distance, so you can't see. They don't have very much detail, so that's how you make it look distant. And I'm tapping lightly in some places and pushing a little bit harder in other places, all right? And sometimes I'm pushing too hard. And I'm letting the paint run off my brush at times, so I don't pick up any new paint until I'm ready. Till I get some of this on so I can see I need more paint. Right, and then you'll see it coming through better. But see how it's filling up that field without making it one big blob? Just by using the fan brush. And like I said, you can try a bristle brush too. And this will make it look like distant flowers. And yeah, you share it with other people. Isn't that nice? And that's what I love to do. It's so much fun. It really, really is fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a long liner brush. A long liner brush. See? Now you might ask what size it is, and it doesn't say here, but like I say, all brands are different. Now I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to wet it, which brings it together more. Okay. See? And what I'm going to do is, you make up a mix of a green and some yellow. And I've showed you this before, but you know, the more you do it, the easier it gets, I think. So I'm just going to drag my brush through some green paint on one side of my brush and yellow on the other side. All right, you see that? I was kind of distracted there for a second. All right. Just get your sap green or your mixture that you're using. And let's see. Now this is where you have to make decisions, okay? Make your decisions. We're gonna put some of these in here. Some of these here. I'll put more yellow on so you can see what I'm doing. So, pull up these lines. And I'm gonna add a little more weight to them too, because there we go. I'm trying to let you see it, so I'm adding white, but don't add white. I'm just doing that so you can see what I'm doing. And let's see. We may want them some taller than others. So we'll just put in a bunch. Make some leaning over and some coming up. Just make them all over the place. Now, so get this much done. I won't put in as many as I got here, but just so you get an idea, right? So just keep putting up those stems. They can be anywhere at all. Let's see. Probably bring one up here. I'll probably make some taller ones in a minute. So what I'm going to show you also to do is get your fan brush, if you have your fan brush. I'll use a synthetic fan brush since I've been asked about it. And I am going to make some more grass at the bottom here. So I'm just going to get my green. Make my green. And I'm going to get some green on my fan brush. I'm going to pick up a bit of yellow. And I'm just going to pull up some of these bits of grass down here. Pull them up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And you can turn your brush the other way to give you thinner ones, right? Fan brush really helps get these on faster, and even faster than the liner brush. So get up some of these nice thick ones too. Right? See? Turn it this way. And get some of these down here. And that'll give you some nice little, and then you pull up some more of these. So what you need is lots of paint in order to get these to work. Okay. So you just turn them this way and that way and this way. There we go. And that way and this way and that way. To the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, and straight up. To the left. See how you're starting to fill up the bottom there now? And your fan brush is this way, which is vertical, and you pull up from the bottom, and you go to the right, go to the left, and go straight up, and that'll help. That'll help you get some curves and things going on. So you can put in as many as you want. There we go. Now we have a bunch of things going on down here. And if you need more of those, then you can put some more of these in with your fan brush. I find we're getting pretty good ones here with the fan brush. So if you want to use your fan brush instead of the liner brush, that would be the way to go. Like I say, experiment with your brushes. Just make sure you decide what brush is better. Don't use anything that's going to cause you any heartache or delay you in your painting. All right. So, we have a few tall ones back here. Some of these flowers go way up here. Way up here. All right. Right, another one here, maybe a little taller. Some here. Shorter ones, tall ones. There we go. See, once you get all these in, then you can start putting your flowers on. All right, so we'll get that started there now. Let's see what we can do with the flowers. All right, so what we're going to do with the flowers is we are going to try 2 different ways to see what works best, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of my brush and I'm going to dip it into my burnt umber and maybe a little bit of yellow so you can see it. And I'm going to put a center in from one of the flowers. I'll put the center in first. That way we'll be able to see where the flower is going to help you. Let's get a little center in there. Probably not dark enough, so I'll add some dark color to it. Let's see. I'm just tapping it on. I'm getting my center. All right. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow and white to that one, just so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So that's that part. And now we'll get our Filbert brush, our Filbert, and we'll make our flowers. So what we need is more white, and we need, let's see, more white and more yellow, and there we go. And I'm just trying to think now while I'm doing that, how to get those white flowers to really stand out. So I'm going to add some white to my Filbert and a little bit of a purplish color, just to give it a shadow, all right? And then we can highlight it after. So we need, to show white, you need something, another color to bring out the white, okay? So this is your Filbert, and then we're going to put one here. We're going to touch and pull down. All right, that's one. And then we will go over here, touch and pull in. We'll just get those 4 corners done first, and that will help you get the whole flower on better. And another one, and another one. All right, so we'll just use the Filbert to get that nice little round top. So now you got your 4, it's like a propeller. So now you're going to go into in between those, okay? So you go in between that, touch and pull in, touch and pull in, touch and pull in, touch and pull in. Good. And then we will go in between those. All right. So turn your brush. If you were using the horizontal, turn it vertical, and that way you get smaller ones in between. All right. Touch and pull in. Touch and pull in. There we go. Now, so you have a nice little flower. Now we need to highlight that. While we're waiting for that to dry, in order to highlight it, we need to let it dry a bit. If you do it while it's wet, it's only going to pick up the colors. See, you put white on your brush, and then you pull in the white, It will be good, but we want to make sure it's want to make sure that the purple don't totally come through. Well, you can do it this way too. Touch and pull in. Don't come all the way in, that way you get the shadows there on the bottom. There we go. Good. Get some more white. This is the hard part. This is hard when you're doing it live. If I was sitting here just taking my time, and then I would be able to do more work with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some of that shadow color inside here, and I'm going to pull that out into my flower. Give a bit of shadows there. See, in between. And pull that out into, while the paint is wet. Okay. Just pull that out into the flower so that gives the flower some shadow. Good. See? And we'll highlight that again now in a second. So I'm going to do a couple more. It's 3:30 now. I can still go to 4 if you guys want to keep going. I don't want to hold you up too long. It'll be a 2-hour video. And I'm sure some of you must want to go and get something to eat. It's a Saturday afternoon, beautiful day out in most places, I assume. And so I will do a couple more, and then we will, because they're all basically the same. Once you do one, everything is basically the same. I'll just show you some different flowers, and then you can. So what I'm going to do is to make some little stems and leaves. I'm just going to put some green on one side of my brush and some yellow on the other side, and I'm just going to take my Filbert and I'm going to touch and pull in, and you got a nice little touch, pull in. See, so cool. So you can even do a few while you got your brush loaded up. You can do a few more while you're, and it's nice to move in different places because you don't get bored. Like, you want to add a few of these, and that way you're not bored. You're doing different things all the time, which is kind of nice, right? You can also, while you're waiting, you can also take your Filbert, and you can take some red on one side of your brush and some white on the other side, and you can make some pretty little flowers. You can turn your brush with the red side on the right and the white on the left, and you can touch and have a pretty little tulip or rose, whatever you want it to be. All right, so you can do a few of those while you're waiting. You can take different colors and do the same thing. Put them side by side to make them bigger. All right. So red on one side of your brush, and also put the red side down and the white side up, and see what effects you get. See, it's a different flower there. See? You just play and put flowers in everywhere. Right, just touch. Just touch, and you have all kinds of flowers. So, there we go. I'm just brightening that up a little bit there on the edges, so nothing serious. So if you want to do some more of those flowers, just put your center in. Let's just put a center in, say, here. All right, just a center, and then pick up a bit of white or yellow and just, oops, okay, that's not working. That was a bad idea. Well, the back of my brush is probably, you need to get the back of your brush smaller. Don't make it too big. There we go. Just a few little taps there so you can see what I'm doing. So you can also have that, and you can also pick up your purplish color again, a bit of white. And where are you? Where are you? It's hiding on me. Yeah, my thumb is in the way. Sorry about that. So, there it is. There it is. So then you're going to take, you can also take and make it look like it's hanging down just by pulling out a few of these leaves and leave that top. Leave that up there, okay? Just make it look like it's hanging down. And then you can take some white. Go back over it again to Brighten it up. Pull them down. Good. Good. And then you can also take some of the shadow color and pull out. See how simple that is? And that needs to be brightened up again now, but I'm just showing you how I got the shadow color. Because the inside was wet, I pulled that shadow right into the flower. And thank you, Dana Rose. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really happy that we got together today, and I'll be seeing you in another video. So signing out from Allison Prior. See you in another video. Bye.